right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the winner. Oh God, it's such a nice thing to say this. The winner of the Serpents Open Summer Tournament. Jwix on the line here. We're gonna, well, not we, it's only me. Spiff had to leave, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to deal with me, Jwix. But first off, congratulations. And I mean, it's gotta be feeling good to win your first SCS tournament. But I guess, how do you feel right now?
I don't even know how to feel, honestly. I'm still shaking from the last game.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. I have so many questions for you. So let's see if I can remember them all. But you obviously picked Boolean Complex, and I thought that, Fox was going to be just absolutely more aggressive because he opened up with a quick air factory. I guess, what were your thoughts about that, or were you ever kind of concerned? Because I thought he was going to snipe you throughout that whole entire match. You were like holding off your land factories from in the front, and your AC was completely exposed.
Yeah, so I wasn't worried about him pressing air early, just because UEF air is obviously way better. But
Yeah.
so in that first engagement, I don't know what I did wrong. So I researched Mech's guns, so I got the anti-air, but I think he had flares then.
Yes, he did.
And the AA just did like next to nothing, and my planes were all unupgraded because I spent all the research on that. So I was actually really worried there because Boolean is supposed to be one of the better UEF maps, and I thought I threw it right at the beginning.
Yeah,
But
I was honestly pretty concerned. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was actually the move though, because if I would have upgraded my planes, then he still would have won that engagement, and then he could have freely bombed my expansion. But because I got Mech's guns, he had to bomb it slowly, which let me spam more factories en masse because I realized I was up on expansion. He only expanded to the right side. So after that, I kind of got more confident. And yeah, I realized my AC was open like halfway through, and so I started spamming air factories around him.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. But honestly, what I was going to ask you about the Open Palms game you played against Fox, but I think that was a really kind of more of a straightforward game. But what I really want to ask you about is the Vanity Open Palms game, because I feel like that map was just absolutely bonkers. And I feel like you were, at the very end, I felt like you were almost wanting to play against Teleport. Like, it was really hard to explain. But is that kind of like, what were you thinking throughout that whole match? Because there were so many ups and downs, and then you were up, then he was up, and then this teleport didn't even pay off, and a crazy base trade.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember most of that match. I kind of forgot a lot of it. I remember the end, though. I don't remember how I got ahead on land, and I knew that he had overcharge.
Yeah. Well,
I thought that I could split well enough, but then I went into that and lost almost everything, and then I started to get worried. But he just kept giving me time, so I just stayed back and got enough bombers before I needed in order to snipe him. So I think I went in with like 150 or not 150, like 110 bombers and all my tanks and stuff.
Yeah, well, the ending was really crazy, but the journey that you took there was just absolutely insane, because he opened up with his crazy research build. Well, at least to me, it's kind of crazy to open up on Open Bombs like that, and obviously to rush into Teleport. But then you kind of, neither you nor Hope really pushed that out, so I'm not really sure why you did that, even opening up with a triple land factory. And you kind of stayed back and let him get to Teleport, and you did a great job expanding. But then you went for a base trade, essentially, where you got boosters, and he just went around teleporting around all your expansions, but somehow you got all of his production.
That's right.
Yeah, and you got all of his production, and then all of a sudden, he has no land. I guess he just got whittled down by all your Mex guns, and you have just an insane army and air to boot. And then somehow he pulls it back and nearly snipes you with his commander and a teleport, but you did a good job with your positioning. So I just thought it was a crazy game, and I felt like you were almost trying to bait him into teleport to kind of like weaken his units almost. I don't know if you were thinking that.
That I was definitely thinking that, because I didn't think with the, what do you call them, bada booms, his units had way more HP than mine.
Yeah.
So I knew in a head-on fight I was gonna lose. But I wanted him to split, and for me to kill one side and then use the whatever the fast thing to get over to the other side,
Mm-hmm.
and hope that the Mexicans held him off. But I knew in a straight-on fight I would probably lose, so I was trying to get him to
Yeah.
teleport to the sides.
That game, honestly, guys, is one of the best games I've seen. And you guys, if you haven't seen that, once it comes up on my YouTube, definitely go and watch that one because that was honestly probably one of the best games I've seen, definitely in this tournament. But yeah, and then going back to the Foxtermelon match, um, you were down or in the third match again on Edge Desert. I thought you were gonna,
Okay.
you yourself, you were like, oh crap. Even in the replay or the regame, you were like, shit, I messed up.
Yeah.
But you managed to you managed to somehow get a draw in the first one, and then a snipe. I didn't think you could pull off the snipe, but that was a genius move, hiding the commander where you did. He never expected that one. You have any comments about that, or kind of what were you thinking, particularly in the regame?
I was just smacking myself. Like that would have been so easy to win if I just scouted, but I just kind
Yeah,
of stayed back. And on the first
yeah.
part, I don't know if you saw, I was trying to bait his air in the first game. I was trying to bait his air off the scout so I could win immediately. So
Mhm.
I had like 10 planes on the side ready.
Mhm.
The scout went across, and I was like, ah, crap, because now I have 50 Harvogs I have to deal with. But
Yeah, I mean, I thought you did a very nice job kind of holding him back even when all the bots came. I think maybe if you bombed the mobile missile launchers, it would have been a bit better. But overall, I mean, would you say it was lucky that you got his commander there in the end, or not?
I think in the second game, I definitely was lucky. Like,
Oh,
there's
really?
no way I should have gotten that.
Huh.
But
Okay.
in the first game, I was pretty confident after a while because he had no expansion, and I even took out a core mass just because he didn't have anti-air in his
Hmm.
factories. So I figured he'd be running low on units. I probably could have stalled him out if I. Well, I don't know if I could have, but so in that second game, I was going in, and then I was like, I might not win this, and if I don't, I need a draw. So then
Yeah.
went in for the draw. And it was a lot closer than I wanted it, but it still turned out okay.
I don't think you got lucky because even in the second time you played that map though, because you clearly went and sacrificed your air fortress to kind of get rid of the shields and stuff, but then your ACs were firing on a mass extractor. I think you misclicked, and I think you would have had because it ended up being very
Oh,
close.
really?
Yeah, and your ACs were firing on a mass extractor, and I was like, crap, but
That
you ended up getting it
that
just on
tips me
time.
off.
Yeah, so I don't think you were that lucky. Maybe the end, just because of that fact, was lucky, but I
Yeah.
think you had it. But that first match, it looked very bad. Even you picking off all those expansions, I had no idea how you were going to clean up all those bots, and I don't think you could. So I think going for the snipe was absolutely the right idea. And then the last map, I mean, it was fairly straightforward. I really liked he held his fire on the Shajas, which I was thought was very very smart with your tank scout. But you somehow still knew that they were Shajas. I just wanted to see if you could share how you kind of figured out there was Shajas, and also why do you send that one tank on the left hand side of Desolatia to that mass point?
Oh, the tank.
Yeah.
Well, versus Cybern, it's to see if there's gonna be a loyalist going through, because if there's loyalist flanks, I'd like to send it around the
Mm.
back, and so it's not late, so I might be able to save the engineer.
Mm-hmm.
But on the against Aeon, I saw the end of the replay. He had his engineer right there, and that's what I'm afraid of, is just going up and sack capping my
Mm.
engineer.
Yeah.
So I just stick the tank there as a precaution.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and I mean, it ended up being working out very nicely. I wasn't sure because you were doing that in like every game that at least I saw. It was kind of
Yeah.
interesting. So.
And then so I wasn't actually completely sure they were shotches. I've noticed that he was hanging back a long ways,
Mm-hmm.
and that they seemed slower than
Yeah.
tanks, but they're pretty close in speed, so I wasn't entirely sure. But so I just added an air factory to be safe, and then I ran back. And as he was pushing in, his ACU was so much further ahead than his shotches were. I knew that they were shotches, so then I dropped the
Mm.
PD,
Yeah, to draw the
and
fire.
yeah, and then he kind of just mismicroed his ACU.
Yeah, and he fired once on your commander and once on the point defense, and then that gave you a good engagement. There is a question from the audience from Hope if you are high or not right now. You don't have to answer the question.
I don't know if I can answer that. No, I'm a little sick. I've been coughing a lot. Been turning off my mic this whole time to cough, but
Oh, it's
I
all
don't know.
good.
It's just crazy with everything. My mind's not thinking straight.
So, related question, I don't know if Foxtremolin has a drink or anything that he does. Maybe he drinks vodka, although no, I think he told me he doesn't drink. But anyway, Iron Commander has the Iron Commander. Do you have the J-Wix drink, or do you do anything special for your games?
No, not really.
No.
I usually don't even drink anything, but I had water this time because my throat was dead.
Yeah,
I'm not 21, so I don't drink either way. So
you spilled some on your keyboard or something.
yes, I did.
Oh shit, you did spill it on the keyboard. Oh man.
Yeah, on the control button. It was right on the corner, but it was okay because it
all
still
right.
worked.
So J-Wix won this tournament, being sick without the control button, and coughing the whole time is what he's saying essentially. All right. Well, there would normally be a lot of questions going forward, but unfortunately, this is I think your last tournament, unless you're going to play the 2v2. So I mean, it's kind of sad. I think I would have loved to see you in the invitational, but I think there's no chance for that, right? You're going to be totally off grid.
Yep, I'll be out.
Yeah. So. J-Wix will leave us and won't come back for a couple of years, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, I really am happy for your win, and as I'm sure you are, and for several reasons, especially because this is your last tournament, and I definitely every tournament since pretty much last summer, I thought you had a very, very good chance, but you never quite you always fell short, especially that loss versus Unknown last season. I thought that was kind of
very
sad. Yeah, and I thought you had a good chance, and I was like, you were playing versus Vanity, and then he got one game off of you, and it was 2-0, and I was like, God, is this gonna happen again?
Yeah, I would have been so sad, but
yeah, but
I gotta give some credit to Hope because we talked through a lot of things. We didn't really play much, but we talked through some stuff, so I got to give some credit to him. He definitely helped me a little bit with the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been practicing with him, and then for the last tournament, I think with Unknown. So I feel like together, the three of you kind of share the UEF strategy, and the three of you kind of play more factions than a lot of these players. So I feel like, yeah, you guys definitely had a good thing going there. But Hope wasn't quite able to pull off what you did, and obviously you didn't see those matches, but he just came up short in very similar games to what you did. But yeah, wasn't quite able to. I think he was just a little off his game, and I honestly had concerns about you going into this tournament because I thought you might not be on top of your game, but you did a lot of practice for this, right?
I actually practiced a lot probably 3 weeks ago, but then I haven't really practiced a lot. I played some for fun games, but I wouldn't say practicing.
Yeah, but you were still able to do it. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to keep you too long here. I'm just going to wish you congratulations again and good luck with your future endeavors, with whatever you're leading us to do. And I'm just going to leave you with whatever, if you want to say anything else. And then if not, we'll just say goodbye.
Everybody subscribe to Nite of Misfortune. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. And
it's so great. Hosting all these tournaments and everything. Everybody better subscribe to him.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Big shout out to him.
And we did cross the 300 follower section or milestone, I guess, on my Twitch today. So thank you guys for that. But yeah, thank you so much for playing, and we're gonna really, really miss you in the future tournaments. I think UEF is gonna fall back again without you, but
so sad.
I think you proved that UEF definitely has potential, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right, man. Well, you take care and go and celebrate with something non-alcoholic.
Okay, I
All
will.
right. All right, take care. All right, guys. Well, that was JWix, and fortunately, there's not anybody else here to really do the outro with me. But I want to give a couple of shout-outs first and foremost to all the players and all the viewers on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for following, for some of you donating, and for obviously just supporting the community and participating in the events. I think it really supports everybody in this community. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank Maxing for providing the maps for this tournament, and he's doing so for future seasons as well. I want to thank the casters, Rainbows and Spiff, for commentating with me today, and I hope to see them back. And lastly, well, I already thanked the audience, but I will do it again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Just as a reminder, there is going to be a lot of events coming up, so we do still have the registration for the leagues open until tomorrow, so make sure you register for that. We have quite a lot of people signed up for the 2v2 league. I haven't checked the 1v1s, but we did have some for those as well. So go ahead and sign up. If you're newer, go ahead and try League of C. It's very doable, and you can still qualify for these finals. So definitely doable, and check that out. But the bigger tournaments are the 2v2 tournament, which I think we're going to be having on September 11th. Then we're going to have the Serpents Open on September 25th. And then we're going to have the anniversary OSS tournament, which will be on the 23rd. The registrations for all of those will go up sometime next week. I'm thinking on Monday after the league starts. So make sure you're on the lookout for that and spread the word. We really want to have the Serpents, the OSS anniversary tournament to be a big one. So spread the word and make sure you sign up. Mark your dates. It's October 23rd. And we already have, I think, like a $250 prize pool for that because of all the OSS donations that we had. So make sure you participate. And the winner is going to get to qualify for the Invitational. So make sure you check that out. But as for this tournament, again, thank you all so much for watching and the players for participating. And I will see you in the next event, which is just around the corner. Thank you guys, and take care. If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.